Listen, guys, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we here in a guy in his room want to celebrate the best we can. There's a lot of mental illnesses. Every day they get made up on TikTok. Maybe you think you're a cat. Maybe you think you're a little puppy. Well, guess what? All of those are valid here at Guy in His Room. You're not alone. I want you to be aware of how mentally ill and fucked up you are. And just want you to aware of it. Did you ever think about how crazy and fucked up you are? Well, I'm here to tell you, stop listening to a stupid podcast that has 2 listeners and maybe take a little charge of your life. How about that, huh? Oh, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, are you going to use that as an excuse to be more mentally ill? Because I think that's what you're going to do. If I know you well enough, which I do, you, the listener, and you know who I'm talking, they know who I'm talking about right now. It's time to finally admit of how much repairing you have to do in your life and to your relationships. And just everybody that knows you is worse off from knowing you. So, use this time. I mean, hey, if you want to take the whole month and just do some introspection, whatever you need to do. I mean, it's called Mental Health Awareness Month for a reason. But you know what that means to me? It means you got to get your shit together. Yeah, so it is Mental Health Awareness Month. I kind of just saw that somewhere. I don't really know what that means. I guess it made me just write down Mental Health Awareness Month because I had a rant idea. Okay? I had a rant idea. Is that okay with you? Wait, okay. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? Just testing the levels there. It is a little louder. But this is a wake-up call for you to stop being a Zionist pig and to get a little more aware. People are literally having mental health issues over in Palestine right now. Let's just combine all the current issues that everybody is yelling about. Let's just put them all in one month, Well, okay, I did have the idea for a rant. A fucking rant idea. Why does everything have to be a month now? That's my question. Maybe somebody out there can answer me. What the fuck is going on? What's going on with all these months? We got 1 month, we got something awareness, breast awareness, breast awareness. You got fucking boob awareness month, or whatever the fuck it is. Hey, you got mental health awareness. I mean, what the fuck is next? Retard awareness? I'm a Boston guy now. What's next? Retard awareness? Yeah, but that's what I was thinking, although there's too many to keep up with now. It was just, I don't know. I can't even keep track of the months anymore. When you're out of work, they just kind of go too fast because you need a job. Listen, all these people, these kids protesting at the fucking colleges. What a fucking retards. Yelling about countries they don't even know about. Why don't you just, hey, you know what? Certain organizations are saying they're not going to hire these grads now because they're anti-Semitic. Give me a job then. I wasn't in these protests. Oh, that's a group of conservative judges I'm reading. Of course. I thought it would be like Jewish. I mean, what? I mean, I don't really like, it's like I also don't like the let's not allow protests theories I've been seeing out there. Hey, should we allow protest? It's like, yeah, we have freedom of speech. Like, as much as I think they're insane. I mean, talk about Mental Health Awareness Month, am I right? I don't believe that these kids are sincere because maybe they feel like they are, but it's all emotional. I mean, I just read earlier, like, oh, this 19-year-old said Israel didn't say Israel deserved I don't know, something. I'm like, yeah, she's 19 years old. Like, 2 years from now, it'll be a new thing. Like, they're just dumb and young, and full of cum.
And full of cum. They're young, dumb, and full of cum. Full of cum. Full of cum. Full of cum. Full of cum.
Who came up with that slogan anyway? It's fucking disgusting. Yeah, it's fucking, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sick of all the months. Like, yeah, it's a mental health awareness month, and then Pride Month is coming up next. Which is kind of, if you're mentally ill, that is a good place to go to just like be mentally ill. I mean, nobody's gonna check if you're gay or not. Just go on a Pride thing, just act insane. Or just use any, parade or protest, like, pretend you're for the... That is actually... What if, like, some of these protests, like, the Palestine ones, it's just, like, some of the people are just literally just crazy, and they just pretend that they're for or against the thing that the protest is for, but they really are just crazy. And they're just like, yeah, well, also... I'm sick of the lasers that are following me around and, like, Free Palestine! Also, enough with the, like, tracking everywhere I go and sending black helicopters to follow me around and shit. Like, enough with that. Down with that, too. Hey, down with Zionism. Also, I'm seeing a bunch of, like, stuff that no one else can see or whatever. Can you do something about that, too? Also, down with Zionism. There's like little microscopic surveillance devices in my bloodstream. Can you do something about that too? But also, yeah, free Palestine, guys. Just like getting drowned out. I mean, you could do that. You'll kind of feel like you're in a group. I mean, people look at you a little strange, but I mean, are they going to really pay attention? They're shouting. So I don't, mental health, what is that even like? Why do we have months for everything now, I do sound like an old guy just complaining, ranting about everything. Now it's Mental Health Awareness Month? Are you fucking kidding me, people? But yeah, why do we have, like, why? Why can't it be Mental Health Awareness Week? Can we just do weeks instead of months? Like, why do we need, like, I mean, come on, a whole month? I'm lazy. I don't want to do a whole month. Come on. See, I'm, like, making fun of that I'm being, like, I know this is hacky, but I also do... I am also annoyed. Okay, so we have we have a lot of months that, like, now there's probably multiple things per month now. Let me see, actually, because I'm sure there's something else going on. Awareness Months and Holidays for Causes 2024. Yep, I knew it. Okay, so it's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's also Jewish American Heritage Month. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? The protests have kind of stopped because they're about to graduate, I saw. So, the protesters do not agree with that. So, they're probably going to latch on to the... Also, it's Asian AAPI Heritage Month. Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So, there we go, guys. And okay, so we have conflicting race awareness for May. May is also Jewish American Heritage Month. It's May. Guess what else it is? Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Which one are you gonna pick, guys? Which one are you gonna? It's like, which one do you want to pick to look good, to say that you're wearing of? Also, like, Awareness Month is always funny to me. Like, to just be like, hey, we're making it aware. Hey, did you forget that people are mentally ill? No, I'm in New York. I definitely did not forget that. I'm reminded when I don't want to be reminded. Now, do the mentally ill here know that it's mental health awareness? I'm gonna start handing out flyers like, hey, hey, not to bother you or whatever. No, I don't have any money on me. Hey, by the way, you seem a little. Look, just so you know, it's your awareness month. It's your awareness month. Oh, do you? And then the crazy guy. Oh, do you mean Jewish American Heritage Month? No, I mean mental illness awareness month. Fuck you. What if they got mad? They call them crazy or whatever. Hey, it looks like you're talking to your friend there, which doesn't exist. Here's a flyer, by the way, for if you want to be more aware of your mental illness. I don't know how that's going to help you, but just so you know, the first step is recognizing that you have a problem, okay? That would go over well. Hey, listen, I see you talking to your friend there in a very heated discussion. Only problem, he doesn't exist. So, just to let you know, I'm going around just making people aware that they're mentally ill. I don't know if that's actually what you're supposed to do, but I just saw that it was Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going around in the subway, wherever I can, you know. Sorry, I don't usually like wearing V-neck t-shirts, but I am wearing it right now. I just don't really have chest hair poking out, but you know, hey, just like, you know, like you and your friend over there who doesn't exist, like, I mean, hey, if that helps you get through life, like, more power to you. Just because somebody doesn't exist, like, does that really mean you can't have them as a friend? I mean, that's kind of what I'm preaching. So here's a pamphlet, just so you're aware that you're very fucking crazy. Just so you know. First step, like I said, is admitting you have a problem, and you clearly do have a big problem. I mean, you are talking to someone who is invisible. Also, all those weird tics you're doing. I mean, a lot of people are gonna walk away from you, like move away. Like, if you go in a subway, you may be noticing that people are steering clear of you. You know, giving you a wide berth. That's because you're just like swatting invisible insects. You're just like randomly kind of. It's like, do you have Tourette's? I don't know. Could be schizo. Whatever it is, you're really fucked up. Is all I want to tell you. And what if like somebody was so naive and dumb they were like, hey sir, and then they go, hey, you can have $1 or something, and then it's like somebody that's never been into a city or something. Oh, you don't have money? I'm sorry, do you have family you can ask for help, or that's interesting. Oh, sir, it looks like you're wearing stained clothing right now. Like, you might want to get a change of clothes. I don't know if your family's around, or go to your local church or whatever you have here. Anyway, what's your family's number? I'll give them a call. My family died in 1870. I don't know. It goes on a crazy rant. That is kind of funny, like somebody that would be that naive, like a religious person. Because one time I did see something so dumb, like when I was living in Philly. I mean, there's homeless there, like there is here. And this girl, like, who was like a comic at the time, posted something like, if you see a homeless person, make sure to call this number. don't let. And I was just thinking, like, okay, you want me to every time I see a like, it didn't even make any sense because you see homeless people, like, I mean, everywhere you go in a city, you see them. So, like, you're just gonna call every single time you see. I mean, I get that you're trying to like spread some message or whatever, but people just can't do much about it. Like, okay, so sometimes, you'll give a homeless person money. You'll just be like, I guess I'll, I'm not going to never give them money just because, I don't know, it just feels like you're bad or something. Like, that's how I feel like. I don't know. I mean, I usually don't, but then once in a while I'm like, I don't know. But, is that going to help? No, probably not. Is calling a homeless shelter going to, I mean, I'm sure they're aware already. I mean, hey, maybe. I don't know. If you really want to spend that time to do that, they're probably busy, first of all. I don't know. It's just like a weird, like, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a homeless awareness. There's probably a homeless awareness month already. Anyway, so what else is going on? We got AAPI Heritage Month, Mental Illness Awareness Month, Jewish American Heritage Month. National Nurses Week is a week-long event. See, that's more that's more my style. I mean, look, like, Christmas is, well, they have the Christmas season. That's basically a whole month at least. So I can't really use that as an example. Easter is really not even talked about anymore. I never got off for Easter. I mean, unless I took a day off or had like a extra day or something. Yeah, I never even got out early for Good Friday either, so. Teacher Appreciation Week, first full week of May. So yeah, I'm sure they're really letting the teachers know they're appreciated all over the schools. I'm sure, yeah, like anything's being done. All right, I guess that's the not too much going on. I'm sure there's other things, but there's Cinco de Mayo, there's Mother's Day this month, there's Memorial Day is the end of the month. These are the stupid fucking School Principals Day is May 1st. World Tuna Day is May 2nd. So those are always going on. Yeah, but that is interesting that you have different races that are like Asian awareness and also Jewish awareness the same month. Yeah, so that was my whole rant. That was the full rant. Come on with these months already. Maybe it was like rioting month. I don't know. Maybe that's a month now. Is that a month now? May is the month of awareness. National Awareness Month. Oh, there's more. Look, guys. Look at this. Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. National Bleeding. Do you have music going on? National Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. National Kidney Month. National Traumatic Brain Injury Awareness Month. World Kidney Day is March. Oh, I'm in March, idiot. Oh, there's a lot more in May. Okay, so we have Mental Awareness Month isn't even listed here. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Okay. American Stroke Awareness Month is May. Arthritis Awareness Month, which is, those two are physical, those aren't mental. Brain Tumor Awareness Month. Better Hearing and Speech Month. What? Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. Healthy Vision Month. Hepatitis Awareness Month. Hey, you may know somebody. Got that Hep C.
Got that Hep C shit going on. Lupus Awareness Month. Melanoma Skin Cancer Detection and Prevention Month. Mental Health Awareness Month. National Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month. National Celiac Disease Awareness Month. National Physical Fitness and Sports Month. National Nurses Day, May 6th. Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, May 3rd to 9th. Food Allergy Awareness Week, May 9th to 15th. So there you go, guys.
Spread the words. Make everyone aware. People are crazy out there, yeah? Even though those are all not related to mental health. What are the 4 types of mental illness? There's more than that, I thought. Anxiety disorders, depression and mood disorders, eating disorders, personality disorders, PTSD, and psychotic disorders. Yeah. So speaking of Mental Health Awareness Month, speaking of mental health awareness, this lady may want to get help. And I think we're all aware of her mental health issues now. Madison Bergmann's alleged victim's family is full of rage. Okay, so this is Madison Bergmann, the Wisconsin teacher, was busted for allegedly, quote, making out with an 11-year-old, guys. So this is a follow-up article. Maybe I'll look at the original. I mean, I used to do, like, a lot of these stories because the mainstream... Well, now the mainstream's covering them more, so I don't really feel any need to really keep going over these. There's too many of them. I'll be honest. When I was talking about these, like, they weren't really getting attention. Now other people are noticing them. I saw someone talk about them at an open mic, other than me. So yeah, more people are awareness. Hey, this may be Mental Health Awareness Month, but it's also
Female Pedophile Awareness Month, guys.
On a guy in his room it is.
That is.
So this is a Wisconsin elementary school teacher. Watch out. Hide your kids, guys. I mean, this is like a really gross one. Typically, they're not this disgusting. And I was almost not going to talk about this, but there was one aspect in that follow-up article I wanted to talk about. So she's only 24, which, like, okay, so if this was like a senior school student, if this was a, wow, this marching band's really going at it. You hear him? Where's the original? So, like, you know, if it was like a 17-year-old about to graduate kid, maybe 18, you know, 16 would be creepier, but like 17, 18, because she's 24 only, I'd be like, all right, well, that's really bad to do. But, like, it wouldn't be quite nearly as disgusting, like, you know, but again, if a guy teacher that was 24 even got with an 18-year-old, people would be throwing a fit. But yeah, still 17 would be still not like really, it would be underage. But I mean, 24 is younger, but I mean, to me, I guess I see 24 and I'm like, oh, they're so young, but like 11 is very young. So this is a 24-year-old Wisconsin teacher. It looks normal, and it's not one of those that people go, oh, she's so hot. Where was she when I was 11? I mean, to me, I don't know. Maybe some people would be like, ugh. You know, it's like, what's good? Like, I don't know if it's because of the divide between men and women now. Like, I know I keep seeing stuff about men and women are so divided. I know I feel like that, but I'm not 24. I'm not, like, I don't know. I'm almost like I don't care anymore. I do care less. Like, I'm just going to be myself. Like, you know, when you're younger, especially when I was younger, and I mean, like, you know, late 20s even, or 30s, like, you still kind of want to impress a girl or whoever, you know, and it's like, now I'm like, I just don't care if somebody's going to be crazy. Like, it's just like, things are so messed up with everyone now. I mean, and with the COVID, you had a lot of women just doing OnlyFans, like, and I'm not saying everybody did, but like, a lot of young women that like, just kind of, it's a mistake to do that. I mean, because, like, I get it seems easy to do when it's like, I'll just throw up some pictures, but it's like, you know, if that traced back to you and then you're fired, then you have that on your, like, everyone knows that you did that. Like, I don't think it's, you know, it's a really bad idea, obviously. Especially the women that were, like, showing their faces and stuff like that. I mean, and so that's one thing where it's like, what's going on? But then now you have all these women teachers that are just like I said, 16 to 18 was usually the age range, and that's bad enough. But now we're seeing this shit, like, and the way they phrase this is so fucking gross. Like, can you imagine them this about a guy teacher? Imagine it's the guy teacher. And you just see his face here in a mugshot, and it says, busted for making out with 5th grader girl. Would they say making out for that? I don't think so. So that's on, you know, the New York Post. I wonder if they framed it that way elsewhere, though. Because that's fucking disgusting, you know? Like, to call it that. A lot of the headlines would be like sex romp with a student and female teacher. And that was fucking weird. But like I said, the age range was like, well, still, they call you a pedo for a guy. A guy could be 21 or a guy could be 19 and get with a 17-year-old girl, and then he's basically a sex offender, you know, if he had sex or whatever. But, you know, then it's called a sex romp with a female teacher, and then it's so maybe there's another reason that's the term, because this is on People magazine. It was in text. How alleged text about making out led to arrest of her. She was accused of texting the 11-year-old victim almost daily. And the text contained message about, ugh. Like, I was, like, sick reading that. I mean, the outlets report that she has been placed on leave. I hope she goes to fucking jail then. What the fuck does that mean? Placed on leave? Like, you didn't fire her? Like, what the fuck? Okay, so this is kind of weird. First of all, I don't know, 11... Do kids have, like, phones at 11 now? I mean, to me, that seems too young, like, to just be allowing your kid to do whatever they want with their phones. So the student's mother overheard her son talking to the teacher on the phone, and then the parents allegedly found texts between the pair. And the boy's father then stormed into Rivercrest Elementary School with printouts of the conversations. The deranged text chain included a message from Bergmann allegedly discussing multiple encounters inside the classroom during lunch or after school. In one of the letters, inside her bag, they found a folder with the victim's name on it containing many handwritten notes talking about, In one of the letters, she wrote, "One of my cousins is in the 5th grade, and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship, and I do love you more than anyone in the world, but I have to be the adult here and stop." I don't understand, like, you know, I mean, in my mind, when I see these now, I'm like, okay, they were probably abused as a young kid or something. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. And I don't know why, like, you know, I guess people don't talk about that kind of stuff, you know? Like, I don't know, we probably need to... I mean, like, how does that happen? Because, like, that, to me, I just don't believe that this is the first time she's had thoughts about kids, you know? I mean, that doesn't make sense. And it's also like all these female teachers, it like doesn't really go with what everybody talks about women and the way they cheat. Like, oh, they cheat differently. They they don't, like, they're not interested in physical stuff as much. It's all emotional. It's all like, you know, a coworker that's like they're talking to and confiding in. And this is like, but all these are like grooming, you know, it's like them being the predator. So it doesn't even make sense. Like, it has to be that they were abused or something as a kid or whatever. And then they had these urges. Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, 11? Like, she told investigators she was given the boy's phone number by his mother in December, when his family invited who they thought, was a beloved teacher with them to the Alphen Alps for winter break. So they invited her to the Alps for winter break with them. I mean, that's already, like, why I don't. Yeah, I don't see why you would go on a trip with a student's family. I don't get that. And there was no way you would ever suspect this either, because, you know, we're not even talking about a teenager, which already is going through, you know, getting horny and stuff. Like, if you're a guy and you're like, you went through puberty and stuff, but, you know, 11, like, I don't blame the parents. Like, it makes sense that they would have no idea. Even though I don't agree with even inviting a teacher to a trip like that. So she went to the Alps for a trip, and that was the same month she became engaged to her longtime boyfriend, as social media shows. Here she is looking like I mean, this is not hot at all. what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, God. Okay, so like I said, she's 24. The accused pervert, I'm glad they used that word, has since been placed on administrative leave and barred from contacting any district students, parents, or staff. Learning about a school staff member and alleged inappropriate conduct that breaches trust is deeply troubling for all of us. She was set to be married in July, less than 3 months from when she was arrested. So this is her fiance that looks like a kid. I mean, he does look really young in the face. That's something I noticed, but then again, like I said, someone in their 20s already looks like that to me now, so I don't know, you know. This is fucking... So this is the follow-up article I was talking about. The family of her alleged victim is furious. Oh, they're full of rage about this. The mom of one of her other students told the Post, "They're out for her head. Everyone is. There are group texts and meetings, and people are checking in with the family to make sure okay." While the families are outraged, the mom said there was always something about her behavior, the Bergmann's, the teacher's behavior, that struck her as weird. I just suspected something was off, says the mom. Just a weird feeling. She was always an attention seeker, a selfie queen. Pictures of herself from every angle, pictures of a cup of coffee, pictures of her cute shoes, just one of those girls. Well, everybody does that now. Yeah, I mean, 24, like, that's not, like, they all kind of do that. Like, I don't think any girl now doesn't do that. It's really, like, I don't like that either, that they all are that narcissistic, but everybody, they're all like that, you know? I mean, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I mean, every girl is, like, full of themselves like crazy now. Every young woman, all they do is take pictures of themselves, like... I mean, so that behavior is not any kind of it's not anything out of the ordinary for me to assume that this would happen. I guess it depends, I guess, how many of the pictures there are. Like, if they're all like that one I just saw, this one here, like, I don't know, that's pretty weird. I guess, yeah, the ones that are like this, like, flirty looking, or whatever the fuck this face is, like, I'm about to groom your kid face here. Already read that. She's free on a $25,000 bond. She disabled her social media. Oh, this is the part I wanted to talk about. Additionally, Bergmann, the teacher, who is engaged to be married, will no longer be walking down the aisle in July. It's been indefinitely postponed. Okay. A pal of her fiance said on Saturday. So that's the guy. Really? He really looked out. God, he really. And it probably won't happen, he said. A pal of her fiance said on Saturday, it probably won't happen. This is the part that I thought was funny. It probably won't happen. Like, what if it almost, it's like, women really get a crazy amount of leeway. Like that one Tennessee cop that just banged every single male cop there, like saying that, like, oh, she was taken advantage of. No, she's mentally ill. Hey, it's her awareness month. And her, I read all that stuff when that story came out, and it was like her husband was not into it. She pretended that they had to open a relationship, and she just cheated on him over and over again. And he stayed with her, and is still with her. And that's what I was worried about here, because it said it probably won't happen. Can you imagine if this guy still marries her? Look, it probably won't happen because he's really upset and heartbroken. He's embarrassed and pissed. He didn't deserve this. Yeah, I don't. I mean, talk about a red flag. Cheating is one thing that I'd be done with a woman anyway, just on that alone. But then you're talking about her student, and then you're talking about 11-year-old student. Like, it's worse than you. I don't even know, like, if he heard this. This is one of those things where you're like, no. Like, I don't even know if I'd believe it at first. Like, for someone to be cheating, just normal cheating, you'd be like stunned or whatever if you didn't have any idea it was happening. But then this, I mean, I almost like it's almost worse than if she murdered someone for no reason, It's like, but that's basically like the level of derangement, though. I mean, I don't know, like, well, okay, so I have to be fair. As disgusting as, I don't know if they had, intercourse. Like, I guess the cops would be figuring that out, but I guess just whatever she was doing was grooming, clearly, I mean, that probably started on that trip or whatever, because why the fuck did you give her, like, what the fuck is wrong with these parents, too? And I mean every parent that would give a teacher, hey, by the way, here's my kid's cell phone number. Why would you do that? I mean, I don't know, like, I'm the one, like, I'm seeing all these stories with female teachers, but just to do that in general, why, I don't really understand, unless she was like, hey, but do you mind if I have your kid's number just in case, or some made-up excuse or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, there's no reason on earth where the teacher should be texting students. What the fuck? Like, yeah, that's beyond any kind of bound. Like, there's no way that would be normal. If your teacher needed to get a hold of your family, they would call your house when I was growing up, back before cell phones. They wouldn't. No one would even leave a message for the student. They would just talk to the parent if there was some issue. I mean, that is fucking crazy. Yeah, see, I agree with this comment. Got the boy's number in December when they invited her to spend winter. What? Hey, do you want to? Why? Wow, somebody actually did do I wish that was my teacher. I used to fantasize about my 6th grade. Okay, in 6th grade, I remember kind of getting those feelings starting up with, like, teachers and whatever. But to say, like, I mean, first of all, it's 5th grade, but you know, I mean, this is a reach to do that with. I already hate when guys do that, but like to say like this is a lot of I mean, oh, that would be so fucked up though. I mean, you're a fucking crazy fucking freak if you would say that about this. Oh god, dude. Man, why does this always get those comments? Like, is there some like there's some like weird organization that just gets people to comment, he's a lucky guy. Hey, good for him. Good for this guy. Hey, way to go, boy, 11-year-old. There's some weird like bot army that goes out and just like comments on every one of these teacher articles. Hey, I wish I could high five him. If I was his dad of my 11-year-old kid, are you kidding? I mean, I guess I was, yeah, somebody else pointed out her husband looks like a teenager. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is weird. I mean, I guess, like, are women... I mean, I think it would have to be that she was abused as a kid. But is it also, like, an immature... They're so immature now. And I think everybody is, not just, I guess, women. I guess everybody's more immature now. And adolescence is getting... The age of adolescence is going up. I remember seeing articles about that. But, this is over a 10-year... This is... I don't know. This is a trend that keeps going. So I'll keep you guys up to date with all the the new cases that keeps coming up, guys. That keeps happening. I don't want to talk about it. Well, I guess I kind of did. I did used to just because I thought, like, no one was... It was... But people are now pointing out, at least, hey, the double standard's ridiculous. So good. Okay, so I don't really want to even get into politics again, but it is really embarrassing. This is embarrassing, Robert De Niro. I mean, he's already said stuff like this. De Niro calls Trump a sick person, a monster. Warns of parallels to Hitler and Nazi Germany, guys. No one else has done that before. So, I don't know what it is with these older liberal people. Like, they really can't get over... They can't not talk about Trump. They can't call him Hitler. Not call him Hitler. I just thought it was funny that he said, like... I saw a headline saying... that he was making parallels to Nazi Germany. When I was a kid, I'd say it's a nightmare. It would never happen here. But now I see that as possible. Because of Trump? I mean, if he was saying that about the protests recently, that would be one thing, but... I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. These old guys, like Mark Hamill, too. Stephen King also, Keith Olbermann, they're all like older guys now that are just like, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I wish he would at least say something. Like is it his, is it his what? Just talk about it. There was a fear that he would deport people. I remember that. I'm not sure if it really happened. I know ICE became a thing like that people talked about. I'm not sure if that really happened or that was just a fear. But I don't, I did feel bad that, like, if people were scared of that, I did feel bad for the people. But illegal immigration was always a crime, so. But yeah, like, I don't know what. For him to say, like, there's no redeemable, like, because he's played, like people that have killed many people. The Irishman, he played a hitman, so I don't know. Trump's worse, though. I don't care that he doesn't like Trump. I mean, yeah, he does act like a clown. Like, I mean, a lot of these things, it's like, okay, yeah, Trump acts like an idiot. But to say he's worse than any character you played, I mean, he also played Madoff in an HBO thing. Yeah. So I guess like I said, protests have kind of died down. Well, I don't know, but they did cancel. Columbia did cancel graduation ceremony because they're scared of protests. Really ridiculous. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to cave like that. I mean, I get that it was like very soon after the protests, and they just had the cops come. And they also, I guess, wanted to, some of the students that were protesting wanted exams canceled because of the trauma or whatever. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. Columbia cancels. Anything else going on, guys? What else is going on? It's Mental Health Awareness Month. Hamas is going on. Met Gala is going on. The Met Gala. The Met Gala is going on, guys.
Yeah, the Met Gala. People are dressing up like retards. Yeah, you know,
Like, I saw that some of the Palestine protesters were trying to go to the Met Gala. I actually wish they did go there. I'm not for their cause, but I want that to stop. I just do want that disrupted. I want any award thing, I do want them to like just go disrupted. I just hate those things. And then you have to see news about what people wore and shit. Like, America's chaotic news hasn't stopped. Is everything on fire? Yeah, I mean, we're done as a country. We're just done. So this is the Washington Post. Yeah, like, weird. This is weird. Despite wall-to-wall coverage of campus protests, only 17% of college students said they had attended a political rally or demonstration. So that's really weird. I mean, again, that kind of goes on my theory that it's just like they see shit on TikTok and then they just go protest right away. I mean, I don't know. There has been this guy I agree with. There's been erosion of democratic values and a rising political tribalism that I think is very dangerous, said Robert Cohen, a history professor at NYU, who has spent decades studying student activism. The way politics is functioning now is so unhealthy that almost anything can happen. Even the Taylor Swift romance gets spun as some conspiracy, and that's a really bad place. Yeah, but that was just like a fun... I mean, I don't think that was dangerous. That was just like people sick of Taylor Swift and then coming up with a conspiracy about it. I mean, I don't think that was dangerous. They acted maybe like... Oh my God! Wow, this is crazy. The turmoil on college campuses is playing out both publicly in encampments set on quads and in occupied buildings, and privately over text and indirect messages. For Kilcarney, I don't know who that is. Why they? Oh, it's a freshman at George Washington University. For her, this new tension reached a personal peak a few weeks ago when she got a blistering message from a pro-Palestinian friend. She was incensed that Kilcarney had just posted an Instagram photo posing with another friend who supports Zionism. Okay, so we're now at, Maoism now, because just posing with a friend who supports quote-unquote Zionism. What does that mean, though? It probably just means they're Jewish. So you posed with a friend who's Jewish or who is pro-Israel on the side of this conflict. So she got a blistering message after just posing with a friend who quote-unquote supports Zionism. And her friend wrote, "You lack humanity." The friend wrote,
I'm done with your friendship. I hope that in the future, you educate yourself on the ongoing situation in Palestine.
The message stunned the 18-year-old who was sitting in a study room scrambling to finish an essay on some kind of thing that I'm not going to try to pronounce. That was so jarring because people have different beliefs all the time, Kulkarni said in a later interview. We live in a society, we have to interact with people who may not agree with us. Yeah, I mean, these kids, do not, when it's not all the time. It's just okay, this issue is now a trend thing to be upset about. And for some reason, Ukraine was not this heated. I don't know what's going on with this one. That wasn't nearly this heated. I don't get it. All of a sudden, I never heard anyone talking about Zionism before this. Then she wondered, do we live in a society anymore? Her former friend's outrage seems somehow inevitable. I sound like some NPR guy. Then she wondered, hi, this is Ezra Klein. Hi, guys. Why do they always sound like... A lot of those, podcasts, you'll get it a really NPR, really nerdy sounding guy. Then she wondered, do we live in a society anymore? Hi, I'm Ezra Klein. Her former friend's outrage seems somehow inevitable. A microcosm of the national discourse. Kulkarni sent a long response which read in part, I believe issues are a lot more complex than they think you are, and compromise can best be achieved through open discourse and collaboration. So, I don't know, good for her. I don't know where she even heard that, because nowadays I hear no young person talking about open discourse, so that's really good. So, it's just a friend, a pro-Palestinian friend. Maybe they weren't really that close. I don't know, though. Probably could be whoever. This person, she thought, did not seem willing to have a nuanced dialogue, so she blocked the number. Okay, so she had to block a pro-Palestinian person. A tendency to demonize those one disagrees with is one of the more frightening features of this moment, Cohen said. He had enjoyed more than 30 years in his most quiet corner of research, radical student politics, until a couple weeks ago. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that I'll sometimes listen to a podcast or something and then it'll be like someone has a weird voice or they just talk in a weird robot, fake way, and I'm like, I can't even listen. No one else talks well, no, I do see YouTube comments why are you talking like that? What, you sound like an AI. There's some people that sound like AI, or maybe they're using AI. But, I don't know why. People just can't get a good narration. Just read it like you read anything, you know? They're talking about that teacher, the history professor. He enjoyed more than 30 years in this most quiet corner of research, radical student politics, until a couple weeks ago, when a deluge of media requests began flooding his inbox from around the world as reporters asked him to compare current campus protests with those past. While the demonstrations were called for immediate ceasefire in Gaza, and into whatever. Ugh. an end to Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory and university divestment from companies said to be profiting off the war have spread. See, this is the thing. Like, these students are going, hey, first of all, we want a ceasefire. Second of all, we want the Israelis to leave Palestinian territory, and we want the university to just stop getting funding from anything we don't want you to get funding from. Okay, so you can't do that. I mean, but this is part of their whole like belief system is like, you know, that's why I'm not surprised by this, because they do want everything deconstructed. Anything that has quote like ties to white supremacy, which could be anything and everything, because anything that existed or was owned by or was made by anyone who it was, you know, had wrong think back then. I mean, that's so many things. It's like everything in the country almost. I mean, so yeah, that's how they think about everything. That's what, then, you know. So this teacher said, although these have spread quickly and the police crackdown has been severe, they're still much smaller than those that unfolded around Vietnam. He said the scope of the demonstrations and the demands more closely resemble the fight against South African apartheid in the 1980s, but at that time there were no visible campus for defending the apartheid regime. Today it's like pro-Palestinian and then pro-Israel people. Yeah, okay, so conservatives are weaponizing it. I get it. Well, no, I agree that the leadership and the professors are to blame to an extent. Like, he's blaming the right. I mean, okay, well, I guess I get the point out that he's saying Ronald Reagan, or the right will say, well, this is because the right is accusing the leaders of allowing them to run amok. I mean, well, I agree, because they were allowing them to do whatever they wanted. But I do agree that, like, the back and forth is not going to help. Like, the right and then the left going back and forth. At Indiana University, the specter of bloodshed loomed literally overhead last week when state police snipers were spotted on the roofs of campus buildings. Oh my God. So I didn't think that was happening. I was kind of joking about that last time, actually, So one of the students, a 20-year-old sophomore, double majoring in journalism, said, yeah, America is on fire. I don't like that. I mean, I really don't like that. Like, really? You're gonna have snipers? Like, I don't even know what the point of that is. Like, I don't think anybody's been shooting anyone. I guess it's just to intimidate. So I don't agree with that. I didn't even know that was happening, but okay, so one student said, like, how she just had, there was a sense of unease she had been feeling for years. This foreboding came up frequently in conversations with friends, how they don't want to have children and bring them into a world imperiled by climate change and conflict. Since they had already lived through a bunch of mass shootings, protests, and culture wars. I'm getting so stressed, she texted a friend. Now 3 of my finals are canceled. Like, I'm anxious. So they said police had swarmed the encampment and one was beating a student. And then a professor tried to say stop, and then the professor got arrested. Well, what are you supposed to do? Like, okay, like, they escalated there. But you can't just let people do whatever they want and just let it go. I mean, we already saw what happened with that in 2020. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. That isn't good either. I mean, this all isn't good, I guess. But it could be because I'm reading Washington Post. I don't know if they slanted it or something. But I can believe cops did that. I mean, I don't know who came up with the snipers on the roof idea. Okay, now they're talking about Trump. Okay, they brought up Trump for no reason in this article. Yeah, nobody cares about Trump's hush money. Who fucking cares? Let him... I mean, quit reporting on him. That's all you have to do is fucking quit. Okay, so this is all just political shit at the bottom here. Yeah, there was this movie called Civil War, I guess, that came out. It's about the country having a new civil war, and it's like... Okay, I guess people saw it, but I forgot about it. A dystopian film about a bloody alternative reality where America is at war with itself. I mean, that's not very alternative. That's pretty much what's happening. It's just like we're not out in armies or whatever yet. Oh my god, I keep talking about Trump. Well, this article started off good, and then they just went to Trump. I mean, you could have just made it... I thought you were just going to talk about the fucking... Oh, because it's about, like, is everything on fire? Like, all right. Way to ruin an article there. Yeah, guys. Hey, I was trying to tell my friend, like, what did that teacher even talk about to that kid? Like, what are you texting an 11-year-old? Like, hey, so great talking to you. Like, hey, good morning, babe. And he's fucking 11-year-old. I just think, like, look, I'm gonna... If that goes in the news more, I'm just interested to see. And I mean, she's really not like he could do better, I think, honestly. I mean, yeah, he looks like a kid in the face, but like she, no thanks. Well, I mean, obviously because she did this, but even without that. I mean, yeah, this is kind of a selfie. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna like make a like. That is weird. That is a weird selfie. Like, just really weird, guys. It's just really weird. Yeah. Speaking of mental health, Miss USA, Nolia, whatever, resigns title to focus on her mental health, guys. Very tough decision. I don't get it, though. What's that mean? Resign from her title. And she waited till Mental Health Awareness Month. That's interesting. You know what? Like, she's... These are all so dumb, like these Miss America pageants. Like, what do you want to do? I want to change the...
I just want to change the world. Like, that's all. I want to just change the world. I'm anti-bullying. I'm doing an anti-bullying campaign. I'm going to use my platform to advocate for anti-bullying, dating violence awareness and prevention.
I mean, what is like, everybody's been talking about that for decades now. Let's get rid of bullying. But like, no one really can do anything about that. Like, unless I mean, you can call it out as a teacher, I guess, but like, I don't know what you can really do you can't change kids to make them not suck or be mean to each other. Even now, even in 2024, I don't know if that's possible. So she stepped down from her duties. What? Oh, because there's a Miss USA organization. I mean, what duties was she doing? And what mental health struggles? What? That is kind of an interesting thing because I know that Olympic whatever athlete did that too. Like it was, I forget what it was. I'm not going to compete because of my mental health, but like, what was it? You know, it's so vague. I just like,
My mental health is all weird. Like, I don't know. Just like mental healthy, right? I'm mentally unhealthy. I'm just really sick mentally right now. Like, I came down
with something.
with
Like what? I mean, does she mean it's like stressful or like? And I mean, that is like, you are privileged to be able to do that. That's the thing. A lot of people can't do that. Like, they have to, they have kids or whatever, and they have to work. You can't just go,
Look, I'm just gonna take a break from my mental health right now, and I hope you support me because it is Mental Health Awareness. Don't be a bigot. Be a bigot. Be a bigot. I just really have to focus on.
oh, she only has 4 months to go. Oh, she's in a contract. That's a problem. Look, I get it. Like that can be. I don't know. I just think like this is a trend now. This is the second time I've seen that happen. So this is the second time a vague mental health excuse. What we can learn from her. Okay, so this was
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles took a break for her mental health, guys. Look, I know I'm like making fun of this, but I mean, so I get mental health stuff. Like I always have to deal with those, you know, all the time with anxiety and stuff, but I just don't think unless like something came up all of a sudden, I don't see how this is really like inspiring. I mean, I feel like it's more like I would be like, "Oh, that's a shame," like, but you know, take a break, you know, if you need a break. Like that's how I feel about it. I'm not like, you know, I'm not saying she's like a failure because of it. I don't know if that's a I don't know if we should send a message like, "Hey, just quit doing something because if it's too hard," because that I think can be the thing that's taken away from it. Like you should at least like, I don't know, they should just like explain it better or something. I mean, she's a 4-time Olympic gold medal winner. And she well, okay, I guess for her, like again, it's a privilege because she already was a 4-time Olympic gold. Nobody can do that though. That's the thing. They're trying to act like, oh, you could just take a mental health break, guys.
I'm just taking a mental health break. That's all. Yeah, I'm just not coming in for like as long as I feel like coming in.
You know, I'm just not gonna come into work. I just like, you know, if you're gonna try to prevent my mental health from healing, like, if that's what you want to do right now, I mean, what? She's a 4-time Olympic gold medal winner. How is she struggling with mental health? Like, I also think like this could have just been a break she wanted, and she could have just said. Now I'm not saying she's lying. Oh my god, they have to fucking turn it into a race thing here. Simone Biles proves why black women deserve mental health breaks. Only black women? Well, I know black people are not into therapy and stuff. But I don't know. This almost seems like it was her just wanting a break, and she like, what if that was all it was? Like, oh, I just need a break. I want to take a break. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna say mental health or whatever. You know. I mean, it does look really I couldn't be a fucking Olympic athlete. I get that it's stressful, but everybody else, like, I wonder what the other athletes thought. CNN asks, how do you know whether you need a mental health break, guys? And their expert says, I would encourage you to first understand, what is my bias? Do you look back and say, I wish I had not given up? Or do you look back and say, I really got obsessed with that? Okay, so that kind of makes sense, at least. Is this kind of time off for everyone? I don't think he's all right. So their expert isn't too bad because he's saying it's not for everyone. That's the thing. Like, I just, if there's like a high-profile celebrity that goes, "I'm taking a break from my mental health," like they can because they're probably rich or whatever. Like they can take a break. It's not even like a big deal. Like you didn't have to announce it. I guess because you're in the a competitive athlete, like, I mean, I guess I get that more because I don't know. I just think like now if we're seeing this be a trend, like this Miss USA, like what? Like what are you talking about? I'm gonna step down because like I strongly value the importance of making decisions that feel best for you and your mental health. So I don't get it if she only has 4 months to go, like someone said. I don't get what duties she stepped down from. What the hell do the Miss USA women do? My mental health, like. So she did 7 months of whatever she's supposed to be doing. Miss USA Noelia, whatever, Voigt, steps down after just 7 months to prioritize her mental and physical health, guys. It's like, tuck yourself in, just make yourself a little hot cocoa. Give yourself a little mental health break, guys. I mean, yeah, if you are a person that gets obsessed and never gives yourself a break, yeah, you need a break. But I just think it's funny to use that as an excuse to just not do things. Just like, because there is an infantilization going on with like a lot of young adults now. I saw like, there's adult coloring books now, which is like, what is like, I just think there's kind of an infantilization going on, like, and there was that diaper spa I talked about before. Grown people that are just like, I want to be a little baby again. Let's close out on talking about how you give yourself a break, guys. Just cuddle up with your favorite little stuffed animal. Never too old to have little stuffed animal buddies. Take a little stuffed animal, make yourself a little cup of hot cocoa. Just snuggle up in bed, have your blankets all cuddle up to. Get a pillow, have a pillow fight. You're never too old. And just embrace your inner child and maybe dress like one. Maybe wear a diaper again. Maybe have a little pacifier. Just talk like in baby talk again. Give yourself a nice little mental health break, guys. Give yourself some play, some baby play. Like, tuck yourself in, sing yourself a lullaby, or have a little, those things that are over cribs, I forget what they're called. Have a little, little music toy that babies have. Sing yourself a little lullaby. Read a little kid's book, why not? Read The Hungry Little Caterpillar or something. Go back to that mindset because that's where you are you at your most you. Say, thank you, Mommy. Kiss your little stuffed animal. Why not? Give a little kiss, give a little smooch, hug it, cuddle with it, spoon it. Wear a little diaper. Sometimes it feels good. Get that hot little poop in your diaper to have it stay there for a while. It feels good. Nice and warm. Like your little nice and warm snuggy little blanket. Snuggle all on up to it. Give yourself a mental health break, mental health break, mental health break, mental health break, mental health break. Presented by Guyness Room, Guyness Room, Guyness Mental Health Awareness, mental health awareness, mental health awareness, mental health break, mental health break, mental health awareness month, awareness month, awareness month, awareness month. Treat yourself like a little kid again. Treat yourself like a little kid again. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mommy.